If you have trouble using photopolymer stamps on the Stamparatus or other stamping platform, you're not alone. Keep watching to learn some tips. Hi, this is Sage Kimball, and I'm the Mad Stamper, with more technique tips for card makers and paper crafters. I've been frustrated many times using the Stamparatus with photopolymer stamps, mainly because they tend to stick to the cardstock. When I lift the plate with the stamp on it, the cardstock lifts as well, which means I can't count on the cardstock being in the same exact position when I put it back on the base. I'm going to show you how I got great results with the flowers on this card, using a strategy that I think is going to help you as well. When a stamp has a lot of fine detail, like the contour lines and the dotted center of this flower, I don't always get a good image with the first try. That's when I reach for the Stamparatus, because it allows me to re-ink the stamp and place it exactly on top of the first image. The trick is to get my cardstock adhered to the base so it won't change position. And the deluxe foam mat that Stampin' Up! Carries really helps. The top of it is plastic, which means I have something I can adhere my cardstock to. I use a temporary or repositionable adhesive like Dotto or Easy Dots. When I'm finished, I can clean the adhesive from the plastic with a bit of alcohol. I like to position my cardstock near the bottom or the side, so if it starts to lift up, I can get a fingernail or a tool under the plate to hold the cardstock in place. I also like to cut the cardstock a bit larger than I actually need, just because the larger surface will stick more securely to the mat. This strip of pool party cardstock has plenty of room to stamp 3 of these flowers on it. I'll position it on the mat with the right edge against the right side hinge and stamp the first flower near the left edge. So this is the area that needs the temporary adhesive. Since I'll be heat embossing the images, I like to rub my fingers with the embossing putty or another anti-static pouch. That will keep the oil from my skin from getting on the cardstock, because it can hold embossing powder where I don't want it. I place the cardstock on the adhesive and press down. Then I place the stamp with the flat side up near the left edge of the cardstock. I lower the plate so it will pick up the stamp, then lift it again and ink the stamp. Before I lower the inked stamp, I'm going to rub the cardstock with the embossing buddy. When I lower the inked stamp onto the cardstock, I put pressure on it, especially in the areas that may not get good ink coverage. As I begin to lift the plate, I use a tool to hold the cardstock against the mat. Now I can re-ink the stamp and lower it onto the first image. I lift again, and now I have a nice dark image with all the details stamped perfectly. Instead of moving the stamp, I'm going to move the strip of cardstock. This is often much easier than repositioning the stamp. I move the cardstock to the left, lower the plate to see if the next image will clear the first, and I see I need to move it a little farther. So I move another ½ inch or so, and now it's in a good position. I ink the stamp and then I rub the embossing buddy on the area that will be stamped, then repeat the process for stamping the flower twice, like I did with the first one. I'll repeat that process one more time, moving the cardstock, using the embossing buddy, and stamping the flower twice. Now I can remove the cardstock from the mat, and I'll cover the images with clear embossing powder. I tap off any excess, then melt the powder with the heat tool. If you want to learn more about heat embossing, use the link provided to see a video with instructions, tips, and tricks. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment. For more inspiration and instructions, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at www.stampingmadly.com. Visit me on Facebook and Pinterest, and don't miss another great video. Subscribe to the Mad Stamper YouTube channel now.